Coke Zero, now more delicious. Good afternoon. Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ramblings, it rained. It rained a lot. It rained a long time. As most of y'all know, I've been working up on the ridge, getting the solar carport footers done. Now, whether you want to call them footings, or footers, or pillars, or I don't know what you call the concrete things I'm putting in the ground to hold the columns up, the 6 columns up for the solar carport. When I say solar carport, this is a 4-car carport that's holding 48 solar panels. The 48 solar panels are the roof of the carport. There's not a roof and then the solar panels on top of it. It's actually the roof. It's pretty cool. By Chico USA. Go check them out. Link down in the description to Signature Solar if you want to go check out all my solar equipment. So, I managed to get it done. It's done. Is it good? Is it destroyed? Is it beyond salvage? So, I've got a video coming out Saturday of the first phase of this misadventure. It's been an adventure, that's for sure. You already saw the video of me putting all the batteries in, the 1,400 pounds of server racks and batteries. Oh my goodness. Guys, I woke up 2 days after that. First day I was sore, but I woke up 2 days after that and I looked down at my legs and my quadriceps, the front part of your top legs, were black and blue. I'm like, what happened to my legs? Well, I got to think about it. Every one of those 100-pound batteries I was lifting up and I was kind of jamming them against my hips and my legs, and then I would use my thighs, my quadriceps, my thighs to slide them in the rack. So 2 days after I got it done, I looked up and my legs looked like a pinto, a palomino horse, right? All the different colors on my legs. They're little orange and green now. You know how bruises get orange and green after they start to heal. But so 2 days really working on all the batteries, and then I went straight to working on the solar carport because rain was coming. And not only do you have to worry about rain when you're doing concrete, it's sub-freezing temperatures. And I had 3 days of temperatures not going to be sub-freezing and rain coming on like the 3rd day night. So I said, okay, Tim, you're tired from doing all these batteries, but you got this. I mean, you got this. You've worked harder than this in the past. You'll work harder than this in the future. You can do this. So I commenced to getting up there, and then of course it was still muddy from the previous snow, right, and rain. But all the holes were full of leaves, and they started collapsing on themselves. So I ended up having to dig them all out. And then don't forget, I had to make all the forms and the rebar cages and the jigs to put the L anchors in. Well, the video you're going to see Saturday is that first ordeal. But I got that done. And I got that done well, I think. I think that day was a success. You tell me when you watch that video Saturday. But then the next day, again, it's a race. All right, Tim, you got all the prep work done. Let's pour the concrete. Let's do this. And it was, I did one already. Remember, I did one video just doing 1 footer. And I thought I learned my lesson. So I had to do 5. And started off not too good. Matter of fact, I'm leaving it in the video. That video should be out Monday. I'm leaving it in the video. The first attempt at the concrete was quite humorous. I mean, I'm gonna get so much grief. I'm gonna get so much grief. It's like I'd never done any kind of work before in my life. I just forgot everything, you know. And I'm leaving it in the video. I'm gonna leave it in the video. It's hilarious. there may even be some twerking in there because it got so stupid and silly there for a little while. All I could do was laugh at myself, right? A lot of singing, a lot of dancing. I don't know. I don't know how long this video is going to be either. It could be an hour. I may premiere it because it may be an hour long because it was an all day ordeal. I did film a Ramblings yesterday, right near the end of it, right? And you saw how beat I was. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't eat lunch. I thought for sure, all I had was coffee, energy, and me some Making Rich Farms honey in my belly. So caffeine and honey was the thing I was running on yesterday. Well, right before dark, I mean, the sun had already set. I got the last edge on the concrete, and it was clouding up. And I went to the first footer I did, and it was still very, very moist. I know some of you don't like that word, but it was moist. It was soft to the touch, too. Not Work Life coffee. Had Work Life coffee this morning. Had 2 cups of it every morning. Work Life Coffee, go check the link down in the description. Get you some Work Life Coffee. American-owned company, veteran-owned company, brewed right here in the good old USA in the great state of Texas, and it's Honduran coffee. It's some pretty tasty stuff. I'm not paid by them, but I do get some free coffee, so thank you very much, and I like it. And the person I gave it away to got it. They sent me an email saying they got the coffee. And they were excited to get it and drink it, and I'm happy that they want it. So congratulations! I make sure that all my winners get everything they win. If I've ever done a giveaway on RidgeLife, you've gotten what you wanted. Even T Mike D, which completely forgot that they had won honey, and I got it to them about a year later. But they were real gracious, and they were like, "Tim, you did kind of forget to send me." I was like, oh, "I did." So I do apologize to them, but everyone else gets it in a fair amount of time. T-shirts and Visa. Remember, I used to give away all the Visa gift cards back when I used to have money. Now I live in a camper down by the river. Ain't got no money for that, do I? So right at dark yesterday, the clouds started rolling in. I'm like, and I went over to Grandma Carol's, and she'd made some pot pie, and I ate a ton of homemade chicken pot pie. A ton. And right after I ate that chicken pot pie, I ran up in the dark. I ran up to the ridge, and I had to cover the concrete. David said, David come on homestead and said, Dad, Tim, I'd still cover it. Because he's right, it was still moist. And I put plastic over it and anchored it down. And winds were supposed to be coming. I didn't know. Because you can remember, they're 40 foot apart. And I ain't got no 40 foot of viscoine, and I didn't have that many tarps. So anyway, I got them all covered. Went up there this morning in a break in the rain. And it was a soppy, muddy mess. And luckily, I put all my tools away, washed everything. It was all nice and clean. The only thing out, the tractor is still up on the ridge, right by the canopy where I put the pallet in the tent. And the mixer is upside down, so water don't get in it, and it's all clean. I just have to I have to rearrange the canopy so it can fit back in there, because I got all kinds of stuff in there right now. Sawhorses, because I cleaned everything up. So I'll get the tractor back under the canopy down here, and I'll get the mixer put away. But I went up there this morning in a break in the rain. It's raining again now. I'm just sitting in the camper. I've been editing video. I got Saturday's video uploaded and ready. The part 1 of the misadventure on the ridge. And then I've been editing Mondays. But I got up there in a break in the rain, and I was happy to see that the coverings were still on it. There was concrete spillage on the ground, and I touched it, and it just mushed in my hand. I'm like, well, that's not good. It got a little cool last night. It didn't get cold. I'm like, So I saw a big old another mound of concrete over there that I, because I'll clean all that up whenever I bring the gravel up there. And it was soft, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I pulled the and water everywhere, all over the plastic and everything. I pulled the anchor away. Looked under the plastic, and I looked at the last one I did, which should have been the wettest one, right? Because remember, there was hours in between the first one and the last one. It was a long day. It was a long, long day. So I pushed on it, and it was moist. But it was hard, I think. I didn't try to mess with it too much, but it looked good. I think we're okay there. What I did break was my expensive knife. Y'all remember this Schrade Uproar? This is some people call them a switchblade, right? They're out the top or out the end knife. So you're supposed to go like this, and it pops out. See this double-sided blade right there? Word to the wise: do not use your best knife or a nice knife to open 4,000 bags of concrete, 80-pound bags. Do not use I knew I was going to have to sharpen my knife. I didn't know I would destroy it, because all the gravel and aggregate, I guess you'd call it, and the cement that's in a bag of concrete, the sand, all of it got down inside of it, and it's real chunky. Okay, I got it locked. Let's see if it works. Okay, it goes down and does not go back up. Oh, it almost worked that time. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to. No, I'm gonna take it apart and see if I can clean out all the debris. And I flushed it and all that stuff. Now I'll have to oil it. But I love this knife. This was a really nice knife, and it may be a total loss, because you can't carry a knife that won't, yeah. So, word to the wise: don't use your best knife to open 4,000 bags of concrete. Okay, just don't do it. You'll be a crying mess afterwards when you go, oh, my knife, because it was working the entire day. It was working. It's like, yes, I knew better. But so yeah, I destroyed it. I actually soaked it in a bowl of hot water and soap to see if I could loosen up any of that cement that hadn't, it's still don't work. So, did it make my blood pressure go up? Yes, it did. I've been monitoring my blood pressure. I take blood pressure meds, and I'm no longer working for a company and have medical insurance through the company. I got VA health insurance now, so I'm trying to take care of myself a little better. And I'm on 2 different types of blood pressure medicine, losartan and amlodipine. I don't know anything about it. So I got a spreadsheet. Imagine that. Tim's got a list. I told Dave I was taking my blood pressure and had it on a spreadsheet. I had actually a spreadsheet from 2006 where I was monitoring my blood pressure. After I got a autoimmune condition called mixed connective tissue disease, my blood pressure went up. I always had 120/70 for my entire life. And then I got this autoimmune disease, and my blood pressure went up. Stress is, I think, what caused the autoimmune disease, and also caused my blood pressure to go. So anyway, I've been monitoring it off and on since 2006, and been monitoring it now. It's about the same, and I was expecting it to be lower. I want to wean myself off blood pressure meds, so I've lost 25 pounds. Thank you very much. I got to start eating a little healthier, right? Got to eat a little healthier. But so I'm monitoring my blood pressure, and it stays around 140, and it used to be 140/90, and that used to be borderline. The American Heart Association lowered the requirements now, like 130/80 or 85 like that is now borderline instead of 140/90. I think it's just part of the pharmaceutical. They got in with the American Heart Association and to get us on more meds, don't you think? I think so too. I think it's just a pharmaceutical thing. But anyway, but while on medication, I'm still around 140, but my lower side's around 75/80 now. The diastolic. There's systolic and diastolic, right? So anyway, little health thing there. So I'm trying to live a little healthier And all this working I've been doing has really been helping a lot too. My knee is really sore today. But the good news is my other knee's really sore too. Matter of fact, my lips are sore. My eyebrows are sore. How could lifting concrete, how can it make your eyebrows sore? I think my eyelashes are sore too. I don't know. Oh yeah. But it's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling to know that you've been doing physical labor, and it just gets your blood pumping. Matter of fact, I took my blood pressure this morning after doing all the work. No, it was yesterday morning after the first day's of work, and it was actually 120 over 30. 120 over 30, which is, amazing. Not 30. It was 120 over 70. Yeah, 120 over 70. Like the lowest I've ever. No, it was really close to that. It was really close to that. I had to pull my spreadsheet up and tell you. But I am excited. When I get back from David's, I'm going to David's this weekend. Of course, you all know that already. And drive me crazy. David's got work for us to do. We're not just going to party the entire weekend. But when I get back, I have got to get right back to work. I mean, right back to work. All the steel structure for the solar carport is between the power shed and where the carport is. Now, when we first unboxed it from the crate, you remember we put it right in the center of where the carport is. So when I started doing all that work, I had to put the strings. Me and Morgan moved it all to the east. That's before the shed was there. Well, now the shed's there. Anyway, gravel's got to go where the steel is. So I got to move it again. And of course, I didn't put it on dunnage. Dunnage is wood that goes under materials that you're going to lay horizontally. I didn't put it on dunnage, so it's right on the ground. It's metal, painted metal. But so now I can't just put my forks under it, lift it, and move it over, right? I've got to drive up next to it and lift it and put it on the forks. I don't want to scratch it. I might put some cardboard on the forks. I think I'm gonna ask my son Gavin to come over and help me load it all into the forklift. Yeah, as soon as I get back, I gotta get thousands of pounds. I think it was like 3,000 pounds. I forgot how much it weighed. I think it was like 3,000 pounds. No, it was like 2,000 pounds. I gotta get like 2,000 pounds of steel. That'd be a ton, by the way, guys. I gotta get a ton of steel from this location to behind the carport and put it on dunnage. That way, when David comes down, we can just grab a piece and start erecting it. But the reason I'm moving it is because I talked to my gravel guy, and they can show up and deliver at least 3 more loads of gravel, about $1,000 a piece. I'm gonna gravel under the entire carport, 40 by 25. Like 40 by 25. I'm gonna gravel between the carport and the shed, and then on 2 sides of the shed, and in front of the drop down ramp on the shed in an arc, right? So I can ride the motorcycles up on inside of it. And so that will be taking place at the end of next week or the beginning of the following week. Probably at the end of next week when I get back from David's. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay at David's, a couple days. Depending on the weather, I gotta get all that steel moved, and then I can have the gravel brought in. They're gonna bring a bobcat in, and they've got to put that gravel between the columns of the carport. I mean, the footers I just did. I'm gonna leave the forms on probably so they don't damage them. I'll talk to them, see what they want me to do, and then I can use shovel and shovel closer to them. That bobcat can get really perfect leveling of the gravel better than my tractor can. I could probably do it. I could do it with my tractor, but they can put that gravel exactly where I want it in the right thickness and all that. And really, I don't think they're going to charge me too much more, if any, for the gravel delivery for the bobcat to be, because Josh is an amazing bobcat operator. He'll put it right where it goes and then say, see you. So hopefully I can get all that done within the next, again, week and a half. And once the gravel's down, that's when David could come on homestead and come on and help me come down. And we'll start putting that solar carport up, the structure. Ooh, that's going to be so fun. I was reading about lithium-ion batteries and how they don't like to get frozen. You know, mine's been up in that shed there for several months, and it, you know, during that sub-freezing, not sub-zero temperatures. And the thing with the lithium-ion batteries is you don't want to charge them while frozen. So when it's below 32 degrees, you don't want to charge them. You can really damage the cells. But as long as you store them and don't use them until they thaw, you'll be fine. That's why I'm putting a mini split in the power shed. I'm insulating it. I'll put a mini split heater and cooler in there to keep it the optimal temperature. And you know, they self-heat too when they're discharging and charging. But you don't want to rely on that, because if you're not discharging or charging very much and they get cold, you don't want to start charging and discharging them. So, that almost worked. Come on. All right, just makes me mad. So I'm gonna go to Walmart here in just a little bit and get me some supplies for my trip. I'm gonna leave out tomorrow morning, go see David. I'll either do a rambling on the way to David's. I might do a live if I got good cell signal somewhere. I usually don't. I have to bring my glasses so I can read it. But maybe I'll do a rambling when I get to David's. If I get there early enough, I'll do a rambling. So look for a rambling maybe tomorrow evening. Like, you know, the last two, like yesterday's rambling was so late. Oh my goodness. And then today is going to be the afternoon too. Goodness gracious, it's already late. Uh-oh, Grandma Carol said. Yeah, sir. Okay. So yes, going to be a big, I mean, lots of great videos, funny videos. I mean, not great work, but funny videos. I mean, there's a lot of work. I wouldn't call it great work, but I think you'll be entertained. And a lot of adventure, you know, these next couple weeks. And I foresee a lot of adventure in my future. And I'm taking you along for the ride. I did start doing my taxes today. And you guys know I did a distribution last year to get my funds to get the well, the septic, the gravel, the land clearing, the shed, the solar equipment, the foundation, you know. And right now, y'all sit down, grab a chair, because I don't want you to get faint over this. Right now, I'm going to owe about $30,000 in taxes. Yeah. I still have to do some deductions on there and everything, but it's not going to reduce it that much. So right now I owe about $31,000. I'm going to try to get that down to about $25,000 if I can. But I knew it was coming. You get, but in the future, I won't have to pay those high taxes on my retirement distribution, because I'll be 55 this year. Yay! So don't do it before you're 55. I had to though, because I wanted to get the house built. You know, you get divorced, you gotta have a place to live. We're living in a ridge crib for 2 years now. 2 years in the ridge crib. It's been good to me though. It's been good to me. Coke Zero. You guys have been good to me too. I appreciate all of y'all for sticking around. And if you can, like, share, and subscribe. Share these videos out. I need some. I got to pay my taxes. Ain't nobody got time for that. I love every single one of you. And until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day. Keep rambling and go Ridge Life. Woo!